What's up, buddy? It's what, Jim? And very soon I'll be joined by Sam St. John, but I thought I'd start this live stream a little bit earlier so I can go ahead and reveal my ranking of Lemon Twigs albums. Because in this live stream, I'm going to be reviewing the latest Lemon Twigs album, and that is A Dream Is All We Know. We're also going to be, me and Sam are also going to be revealing our top 5 songs by Lemon Twigs and ranking all the songs from the Dream Is All We Know album. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and share a ranking of their studio albums. Sam's not heard all of them, so I thought I would go ahead and do this before Sam joins in the live stream. So let's go ahead and do that. So number 5 is the debut album of theirs called Do Hollywood from 2016. I think it's really great debut in my opinion. But I'm going to give it 8.75 out of 10. My favourite track from it is Frank. Yeah, it is a pretty late stream for me, Nick. I'm normally better at this time, but this is the only time that Sam could make. So I'm fine with that every now and then, do the late stream like this, but this might be the last time I do a late stream like this. We'll just have to wait and see. But my number 4 is Going to School from 2018, which I give a 9.25 out of 10. It's a concept album about an ape. I think it's an ape or a monkey who goes to school, and in the end, he ends up burning the whole school down. So it's a bit of a dark ending, but I think it's a pretty awesome album. My favorite track from it is Heart of. It's Heart of something. It's called Home of a Heart in brackets the Woods. And if I didn't mention what's my favorite song for the debut album, that is the song Frank. So now move on to number 3, which is Songs for the General Public from 2020, which will give a 9.5 out of 10. And my favourite track from that one is the song Ashamed. So yeah, I think it's a really excellent album. But my top 2, they're both 9.75s. My second favourite is Everything Harmony from 2023. My favourite track, which I'm not going to say what it is, because it's actually my favourite Lemon Twig song. But my number 1 is A Dream Is All We Know, the album we're reviewing tonight. And I'm going to give it a 9.75 out of 10. And my favourite track, you'll find out later in the stream. But I think I can see Sam, so I'll just get him on in a sec. Right. Okay. Hello, Sam.
Adam, what's going on, my friend?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I thought I'd go ahead and start the stream a bit earlier to reveal my ranking of their studio albums.
Oh, okay. Very good. Were you ranking them first?
Yeah, I was ranking their 5 albums.
Okay. Very good.
So which ones haven't you heard yet?
There's the second and third one. I don't think I've listened. I've listened to a few songs from the third one, but I haven't heard any of the second. They're harder to come by here online, and they're a little bit more expensive, so I haven't bought them. And I usually don't listen to something unless I have it in person. I'm stubborn like that. So
Fair enough. Yeah. I'm looking forward to reviewing this album. It's my favorite Lemon Twigs album. I'm sure it's your favorite as well.
It's a solid album. It's definitely in the ranking right now for my favorite of 2024, without question.
It's my favorite album of the year.
Yeah, we have a few more months for some of the other ones to kind of stir a little bit more in my brain, but we shall see what happens in the last few months of the year. So,
yeah, we'll just go ahead and just get straight into this. But I guess we could talk about the album cover first. What do you think of that?
Yeah, let me. I've got it right here. For a close-up view for people. It's cool. I like that it's kind of grainy looking a little bit. It's not exactly fully clear, so it looks like it was taken on an older camera. But yeah, I mean, I really just, I mean, I think it's interesting. It's, it looks like it could be from, the 70s, just with how um, Michael's hair is right there. And I just, I think it's just really cool. He's got the skinny tie, kind of Beatley looking. But I know it's gotten the cover has gotten a little bit of criticism because people think that they could do better with their album covers. But this one and then Everything Harmony, I really like how the album covers are, presented. So I'm a big
I think
fan.
I think Everything Harmony has my favorite album cover of theirs.
Okay, what do you think of this one, of this album cover?
Yeah, I like it. It took me a bit to get used to the album cover, but yeah, I really like it now.
And do you have this is the one with the white vinyl?
That's the one I've got.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this was the more standard one, I think, on Amazon when I ordered it.
I got mine from Amazon as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. I know that there was a bundle with like a deluxe version that had like a flexi disc with a bonus song on it, which is harder to come by now. It sold out fairly quickly.
I don't think I've heard the bonus tracks on the album.
Yeah, I mean they're on YouTube. You can find them, but it was one or two bonus tracks on the flexi disc that came with a little 45. So
We're going to be reviewing the 12 tracks on the album, 6 songs each side, I believe.
yeah, 12 songs. Yeah, it was a difficult ranking for me because again, I love this album so much that I started writing down my 1, 2, 3 kind of early, and I was even thinking, I said I don't even know which one's my least favorite. Like, I mean, there's not one or two that really are just complete stinkers to me. And then especially in the middle, I mean, those songs I could have flipped a coin for where they fall in the ranking because they're all that strong.
Yeah, I don't think there's a weak spot on the album. I think every song's great to fantastic.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's good, and I'll just go ahead. There's the back cover too. It's kind of cool with
Yeah,
the fake birds, but yeah, kind of cool. They're just kind of being silly, but I'm sure that I mean, they're influenced a lot by the Beatles and the Monkees and everything. So they've got that kind of cheekiness about them, trying to not take themselves too seriously.
I might as well reveal what songs were the singles from the album. So that's My Golden Years, They Don't Know How to Fall in Place, the title track, and How I Kind of Love Her More. So I guess we'll start off with the lead off track of the album, the lead off single. That's My Golden Years.
Yeah. So are we just gonna go and talk song by song for the
Yeah,
album?
and then we'll wrap the songs at the end.
Yeah. So yeah, My Golden Years. I mean, it's a great kickoff to the album. It's got that jangly kind of sound. When I saw them live, I know you saw them after I did by several months. When I
Yeah,
was seeing them, they were opening with My Golden Years, but I think they've switched that up a little bit. But yeah, jangly song with is a Michael singing lead on that, the younger of the two brothers.
yeah.
And I mean, he's playing that Rickenbacker guitar on there. Just obviously tight harmonies throughout the entire record. But this is a great kickoff. It's definitely it shows that kind of transition from Everything Harmony, which it was more of it was a mellower album. I mean, it had a couple of gems on it, a couple of pop gems, but this one just kind of kicks right off and really doesn't let up too much. I mean, there are a few ballads, but this is more of a traditional pop record. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
My Golden Years is a fantastic lead off track.
I love the music video for it as well.
Yeah, very, very, again, kind of 60s Beatley. They're running around, and they've got the other two guys playing, Reza and Danny. They're the two members. But yeah, it's a really cool video.
Yeah, I think the song's fantastic. It always puts a smile on my face when I hear it, and it's got fantastic instrumentation as well,
Hmm.
mainly with the drumming and the guitar work. But I
Hmm.
think the whole album's got fantastic musicianship. But I love the harmonies on it. Very Beach Boys esque. And
Yeah, especially that last note at the end where that he
yeah,
has the falsetto.
that's pretty much my favorite part of the song.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I love all the melodies in it, and yeah, I think it's a perfect way of starting this album.
I think so too. It's a great track.
Yeah, but now we move on to the second track, which is They Don't Know How to Fall in Place.
Yeah, this is I think Brian is singing this one now.
Yeah,
It's kind of got like it's kind of got that cool little organ part to it, the kind of little break, and it's very much that kind of those crunchy guitars, that boom bump boom bump. It's just again sounds like mid 60s kind of sound. Again, upbeat song, so we're still kind of rolling with more you know kind of classic pop sounding tunes. So you're still, wanting to move and dance to this one. But yeah, great follow up on the record from my golden years.
yeah, I agree. It definitely gives me a Beatles vibe, like the mid period for the Beatles. But I think quite a few of the songs on the album might remind me of that sort of time period. But I think my favorite part of this song is a really catchy chorus that appears several times throughout. And I also really like the tambourine in the song as well. And I really like the keyboard solo in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's another fantastic song on the album.
Yeah. And we should say that, essentially just about every track on this album, all the instruments are played really by the brothers. I mean, there's a couple of exceptions,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, they're really just natural musicians.
Well, I'm gonna move on to the third track, which is Church Bells.
This one sounds very much like a Mersey beat kind of tune, kind of like
Definitely. Yeah.
Jerry and the Pacemakers, Herman's Hermits. Um, it's got that sound to it, that ferry across the Mersey kind of tune. But I mean,
Mhm.
it's not as mellow as that song. But I mean, it sounds like you could flip back to 1965 and this song would have been a hit. But it's neat because they kind of switch it up with they talk about the Jersey side and the Mersey side. Um, so kind of incorporating knowing that it is kind of a Mersey beat kind of tune. Again, this is Michael singing the lead on it. Got to see them do this one live as well. Really cool. And quick little song. That's probably the biggest complaint that I have is just clocks in a little bit over 2 minutes. But when I saw them with my girlfriend, this is kind of the one that really stuck in our minds. And we even still will occasionally sing it. With that ring ring goes the bell, and then it's got like the horn section, very very Beatley, like late 60s Beatles. But I love church bells.
Yeah. I really love the horns. The horns on it. And some of the notes they hold
Yeah,
in this song. I've not really got too much else to really say about it. I think it's another really great song on the album. And like you, I wish it was a bit longer.
yeah,
I think it's the shortest song on the album.
yeah, yeah, definitely. But it's a great tune. Like I said, very 60s.
Yeah. We'll now move on to the fourth track of the album, which is the title track. Dream is all I know, even though the album's called Dream is all we know.
Yeah, this is the first kind of more mid-tempo song on the album. So it's a good pace. We have three pretty solid pop songs, and then we kind of mellow out a little bit with this one. It's kind of like that cool background, that bum 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 bum, and then you have Brian singing the lead, which I love his voice. He hits those really high notes on so many of their other songs. But I really like the tone of this song. Um, the background instrumentation. It's got some neat little changes in it as well with the chords. So it's a cool track. Again, the first kind of mid tempo song on the album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think the beginning part of the song, it sort of reminded me of Good Vibrations a bit.
Mm.
But yeah, I really love this song. I love the lyrics, and it's one that definitely grew on me. It wasn't one of the standout tracks when I first heard it, but now I think it is definitely one of the better tracks on the
Yeah.
album. And I love the guitar solo at the end of it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic.
But now we go to the next track, which is Sweet Vibration.
Again, another Brian tune. Again, kind of has like that. This one's more a little bit more like Baroque pop. That like do 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 do. It's got a really cool. Again, the piano playing on it. It's kind of almost like attack piano, harpsichord kind of, and again, kind of a summery tune. I love that. Hear the sound of birds. Like that whole part is just so great. And then hear the sound of birds. It's an upbeat tune. Again, it's one that I'm just such a big fan of. And yeah, it was one of those like in my ranking, like I could flip a coin for where it fell. I mean, I really really like this track. So yeah, not much else.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful song. I love the piano playing, and it's probably my least favorite song on the first side. But it just goes to show how great this first side is. I think it's the best side of music the Lemon Twigs have put out.
Very cool.
But yeah, I think it's an excellent song. But now we move on to the final track on the first side, which is "In the Eyes of the Girl."
This is probably the most Beach Boys song. I mean, this is very Beach Boys 1964. It's very In My Room by the Beach Boys, or All Summer Long by the Beach Boys, which and The Warmth of the Sun, excuse me, The Warmth of the Sun, not All Summer Long, which was a kind of a minor hit for them. But the first time I heard this album, without reading any kind of reviews or anything, I said that sounds like The Warmth of the Sun by the Beach Boys. And yeah, again, kind of that In My Room kind of feel with kind of the echo on the percussion. There's kind of like that echo, and the voice kind of has like this dreamy quality to it. Again, I think this is Michael again singing. And then his voice kind of builds up, the one that she cares for. Like it's so good. And then how they sing, an angel from up above with the harmonies. It's so good. And then also you have Sean Lennon playing bass on this track. He produced this track, so that just shows that they have some chops. Man, they've also worked with Todd Rundgren as well. But yeah, Sean Ono Lennon is playing on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It does sound like it's one that sounds the most like the Beach Boys on the album. I think it contains my favorite harmonies on this track as well. But I love the sound of the mellotron in it, and yeah, I think it's a very melancholic sounding song. But I think it's a perfect way of closing this side of the album. But when I flip over to the album to go to the next track, which is "If You and I Are Not Wise."
Yeah, this one's very cool. It's harmony pretty much the whole time. The two of them are singing together. This one is almost birds, like I would say, like early birds kind of sound. It just kicks in with both of them singing, am I wearing a thin disguise? And then they build up in the chorus, oh, I wish that someone would tell her. It's just and then like how they hit the part, it's getting so very empty. It's so good how they've got this song produced. And yeah, I mean, it's one of those songs. I mean, all the songs on this album, like I can just keep saying, the same thing, how great it is and how much it sounds like these influences, but it also sounds like the Lemon Twigs. And yeah, I love this track. It's so good.
Yeah, it is really good. It reminds you of the Birds with the jungle guitar and the harmonies. I also think the song sounds quite country as well.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like twang to it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a really good song. But now move on to the next song, which I think is my dad's favorite song on the album, and that's how can I love her more.
It's again, very much mid '60s pop. It sounds very again like I don't even know. I mean, it's it's got like that upbeat kind of sound to it. It's got the some more horns in it, but the chorus is just so good. How she found someone she's looking for. It's so good. That was also a cool video with them playing like miming the horns, because I don't think any of them actually play horns, but and they have like the cello and everything. But yeah, I mean it's a really really solid track. Again, it could have been big in the '60s. Some of the songs on here also kind of have like Tommy James and the Shondells kind of sounds to it, but yeah, this one's just very much like sunshine pop. Like the I don't even know, like the Archies or something like that. It's really really good. The Cowsills, it matches all that stuff. I mean, it could fit right into any of those catalogs without a problem. I love this track, so I can't fault your dad for liking it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks on the album. Especially love the chorus as well. It's so infectious and fun to listen to. But yeah, I love the horns on it, and I really like the song builds up, especially towards the end. In my opinion, this should be a bigger song for the band.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But now we've on to the next track, which is Ember Days.
Yeah, this is kind of a more mellow track. It's kind of got like this, haunting kind of sound to it, kind of jazzy. Nylon string guitar, which I think is Brian playing, because he plays a classical guitar like that live. And yeah, I mean it's probably the slowest song on the album, probably the most different than any of the other songs on the album, because it does pull like acoustic classical kind of jazzy chords to it, but it's got like that really pretty da, 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 da. It's just there's some cool parts to it, but yeah, definitely I would say the most unique song on the album.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Simon Garfunkel song "So Long, Frank Lloyd Wright."
Ooh, yeah,
has that sort of vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably because of how chilled out the song is and the string and horn arrangement in it. But yeah, I really like this one. But we now move on to the 10th track on the album, which is Peppermint Roses.
This is, again, one of those great tunes where they're both singing most of the song together, and it's got like that great kind of, harpsichord sound, or the organ, whatever, I don't even know what it is, to kind of kickstart it with a drum beat. And again, great harmonies where they're both coming in and going, I know I'm not the only one. It's that one's almost kind of like a monkey song. But yeah, I mean, it's really, really good. I mean, I keep saying that it's really, really good. And yeah, I mean, again, great harmonies throughout it. Great closing note on it, where they, you bring those peppermint roses back, and like they kind of close it with the drums and everything, and then I think it kind of ends like on an unresolved chord, which is kind of neat. So yeah, I mean, again, very very late '60s, '67 Summer of Love kind of tune.
I think it would fit nicely in Sergeant Pepper's. Like I can imagine John Lennon singing this one.
Yeah, or on Odyssey and Oracle by the Zombies, similar kind of thing. Yeah.
I love the bass playing on it. I really like the whole vibe of the song. When I move on to the second to last track on the album, which is I Should Have Known Right from the Start.
Yeah, another kind of like dreamy tune. It kind of, when I first heard it, the beginning sounded a little bit like Old Man by Neil Young. The guitar part with the acoustic guitar, and then like the drum kind of taking like an offbeat with it. But then you have Brian singing the verses and everything. and then it kind of has like the stacked vocals at the end where he's singing "I should have known right from," and then it comes in again, kind of like in a round. And yeah, I thought, and even I listened to it again today while I was working, and I was like, it's like every time I hear that, I think of "Old Man" by Neil Young at the beginning. So yeah, I get probably other than Ember Days, probably the second most unique tune on the album, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. There were several there were several times in the song where it stops. That's some drum fills.
Yeah, and the brushes come in.
Yeah, it makes it even more unique.
Yeah,
and yeah, I love the guitar playing, and I really like the mandolin in it as well.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
But now we've on to the last track on the album, which is the rockiest song on the album because it's called "Rock On Over and Over."
Yeah, when I saw them back in May, this is what they closed with after Brian did his acoustic, a couple of songs. They finished with this song, and it to me it sounds like it could be like a Wings song. Like this was probably like the most 70s sounding song on the album.
Yeah,
it's kind of got like the fuzz guitar tone to it. Again, Michael is singing the song. And it's also got like a little bit of like glam to it, like T-Rex or something like that, or Mott the Hoople or something. But I guess like when I first heard it, I thought Wings first thing, but then when he hits like the took too long, it took too, like that part sounds to me like early or late 60s Beach Boys to like early 70s Beach Boys. It's because his voice right there kind of sounds like Al Jardine a little bit or Carl Wilson. But yeah, it's again the most 70s sounding track on the album, I think.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's a great closer. It's a great one.
I think it would have also fit quite well on their debut album. I can imagine being on that. But yeah, it's a fantastic rocker to close this fantastic album. It's very reminiscent of classic rock and roll, and yeah, Paul McCartney and Wings. And yeah, I really like the electric guitar solo in this as well.
Definitely.
But yeah, I think overall this is a really awesome album, and I'm going to give it a 9.75 out of 10.
Wow.
It's actually in the top 50 albums of all time.
That's pretty cool. It's already made the list, huh?
Yeah, trying to find we'll try to find where it is on the list. I've got a number 42.
42. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good because it only came out, just a few months ago.
Mm-hmm. And it's already rising the ranks. But what would you give it out of 10?
It's hard to say because I have this discrepancy where I only give 10 out of 10s to albums that are in my top 10, but I'm going to be close to you. I would probably say right now, because again, I've only had this album for a few months in my life. I would give it a strong 9.5 probably, but it can definitely go up, and I can only see it going into my top 50 albums easy, and then maybe getting up to the top 15 or so over time.
Yeah, but now we've got the hard part, which is ranking these songs.
Yeah, like I said, it was very difficult to do this. Very difficult. So do you want me to go through just the top 10? Do you want me to go through all of them at once, or do you want to go back and forth?
Yeah, why don't you go through your number 12 to number 7 first?
12 through 7? Okay. Yeah. All right, so we've already talked about them, so I won't really go into why, but my number 12 is going to be Ember Days. Again, it's a little bit slower. Number 11 is going to be I Should Have Known Right from the Start. My number 10, this is where it got really difficult, was Sweet Vibration, because I love that song. Number 9 is They Don't Know How to Fall in Place. Number 8 is going to be the title track, A Dream Is All I Know. And then 7, this one was at one point my number 3, and then I did some changing and pushed it all the way to 7, is the song In the Eyes of the Girl. So it was tough. So that's 12 through 7.
Well, I'm going to go to my number 12, which is I've actually got the final track on the album, as my number 12, let's rock on over and over. When number 11, I've got the first track on the second side. That's If You and I Are Not Wise. On number 10, I have Ember Days. On number 9, I've got I Should Have Known Right from the Start. On number 8, I've got Peppermint Roses. And number 7, Sweet Vibration.
Okay. So now do you want me to go through to 6 through 1?
Yeah.
Just finish it?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 6 is going to be Rock On Over and Over. Again, love it. Again, I was just flipping a coin at this point. Number 6 was Rock On Over and Over. Number 5 was Peppermint Roses for me. Number 4 is If You and I Are Not Wise. Number 3 is How Can I Love Her More. Number 2 and number 1, very difficult, but my number 2 is going to be Church Bells, and my number 1 is the leadoff track, My Golden Years, because I can't stop singing that song to save my life.
We'll go to my number 6, which is the title track, The Dream Is All I Know. Number 5 is Church Bells. Number 4 is How Can I Love Her More. Number 3 is Didn't Know What to Fall in Place. My second favourite is in the Eyes of the Girl. And my favourite is also My Golden Years.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a perfect single.
It is.
Yeah.
But I recommend anyone watching this who wasn't bought that Lemon Twigs album, I highly recommend to listen to it and buy it on vinyl or CD.
Very much, yeah. Cause it's one of those that sells out fast. So if you can find it, go ahead and grab it.
But before we go ahead and conclude the stream, we're going to quickly reveal our top 5 songs by the Lemon Twigs.
Yeah. Number 5 for me is going to be from their third album, which is the one that I haven't heard all the way through, believe it or not. But I'm going to go with their song, The One. I really, really love that song. I remember when that video came out, how cool it was. Very glam rock kind of tune. Really crazy video. Again, a short song, like 2 minutes long. Number 4, I'm going to go with Church Bells. Again, I just mentioned how much I love it. Number 3 is going to be from Everything Harmony. It's the song Ghost Run Free. I think that's a perfect pop song, jangly. I love everything about it. Number 2 is going to be My Golden Years from this record. And my number 1 is the leadoff track from Everything Harmony, which is When Winter Comes Around. I can't get enough of that song. It's a beautiful ballad by Brian. I love it.
Loved hearing that one live.
Yeah, just him on stage. Yep.
But it's cool you got 2 lead-off tracks as your favorite Lemon Twig songs.
And that's not normally like me. I usually dig a little bit deeper in the album, but it's hard to put those songs anywhere but number 1 and 2.
Well, I've got honorable mentions, so I'll quickly go through them. Well, number 10 is a song called Beautiful, which Michael sings lead vocals on that. It's from their, I think it's called Brothers of Destruction. It's their EP. But number 9 is one of the tracks from Everything Harmony, and that's the song that Michael also sang, and that's In My Head.
Mm-hmm.
And number 8, I've gone with When Winter Comes, which of course Brian sings lead on that one. And number 7 is How Can I Love Her More, which has Michael singing that one. And number 6, Didn't Know How to Fall in Place, which has Brian singing. And my number 5 is a song that Brian and Michael both sang together. That's the song Ghost Run Free. Yeah, I really love this one.
Yeah.
Very catchy. I love the guitar playing. Yeah, I think it's a brilliant song.
Yep.
And number 4 is In the Eyes of the Girl, which Michael sang lead vocals on. And number 3 is My Golden Years, which Michael sang lead on. But my top 2 are both from Everything Harmony, and they both have Brian do lead vocals. So my number 2 is Corner of My Eye, which is actually another one of my dad's favourite Lemon Twig songs. I love the music video for it, and I love the chorus, especially when Brian hits those high notes. But my favourite Lemon Twig song is What Happens to a Heart. And it was really cool that they sang that in the concert when I saw them, because he knew it was my favourite song of theirs, and he dedicated it to me.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
It's very cool.
Yeah, well, I love the instrumentation on that one. and the vocals and the lyrics. It's a bit of a sad song as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's such a powerful song. I really love it. So yeah, they're my favorite. They're my Twig songs.
Great list.
I think Brian's got my favorite. I think Brian's my favorite on Everything Harmony, but I think on The Dream Is All We Know, I think Michael's my favorite on that one.
I agree. Yeah, Michael sings the songs that I love on this new record, and yeah, I mean, seeing them both live too. I mean, it's hard to pick a favorite because they're both so talented. They both can switch instruments, back and forth all night. It's very, very impressive to see.
Yeah. If anyone's watching this, please let us know your favorite Lemon Twig songs and your thoughts on The Dream Is All We Know. It's great to have you on my channel once again, Sam.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. This was really fun.
Yeah. I enjoyed talking about Lemon Twigs. I've been waiting to do a live stream reviewing this album, and it's currently my favorite album of the year. But do you have any final words before we conclude this?
Yeah, just echoing what you said. If you can get the album, get it. But more importantly, if you can see them live, go see them, because I mean I've heard of people that were only kind of semi fans of the group, and then they saw them live, and it changed their concept of them completely for the better.
Yeah. But I appreciate everyone watching and leaving comments in the chat. And yeah, until next time, everyone. Peace out, peace and love, and ciao. Thanks for watching.